Once social change begins, it cannot be reversed. You cannot uneducate the person who has learned to read. You cannot humiliate the person who feels pride. You cannot oppress the people who are not afraid anymore.
You know, it's really important that the kids have this consciousness of who Cesar Chavez is, because, he's a Latino organizer.
And so that's why we're teaching that the movement still needs to be continued. And that's what Cesar Chavez talked about, is like there's always has to be a movement to help all workers.
It's important that these kids know, they have things because of the work that he did, so they don't just take it for granted. For a lot of these kids, he's really relatable, he's like them, he speaks Spanish, and he did really important work.
Okay, my motivation for planning this event was, well, this is elementary school I came in when I was a kid. So last year when I was doing AmeriCorps and this opportunity came up of doing something for a community, I thought it'd be a good place to come back and kind of, show these kids something different than what they're used to seeing every day.
It's important we teach Cesar Chavez at a young age, so then when they grow up, they become great leaders just as him and follow the same footsteps and fight for their rights and privilege and freedom.
The overall goal of this was really for the kids to know that there's other things out there other than just what they see on it every day. This is not the nicest community, it's one of the roughest communities, so a lot of these kids don't really get to see like positive role models or people out there doing a difference. So my whole thing was for the kids to know that they can make a difference just like other people are making a difference, and whatever, if they can come back and give back to their community and make a difference, that would be great also.
The outcome for today, we planted a garden, we lectured our student in Miramonte.
This issue matters to me as a health corps member because I'm from this neighborhood. I grew up in South LA, and Cesar Chavez was a big impact to me because whatever he did back in the 60s is still relevant today because it still gives you that empowerment of who I am. It's not to be ashamed of who you are and where you come from, and that's what Cesar Chavez taught.
I think it was really important to incorporate going into the classroom because that's kind of where the kids are at. That's where, that's where they're out the whole day. So they, something fun for them to learn would be for them someone to go in there and teach them, about all these good things that are going on. This person that was very motivational. And the gardening, well, because Cesar Chavez, he worked in the field. So that kind of gives them a hands-on, what Cesar Chavez did and what he was all about. And, playing in recess to them kind of helps the kids find positive role models every day, so they don't get to really see a lot of positive role models, so this would be something good to kind of hang out with the AmeriCorps member, talk to them, get to know them, maybe the AmeriCorps member get to learn a couple of things from the kids too, so I think that's why it was really important to do all three.
The reason that we're having the students to do Si Se Puede, because Si Se Puede is very powerful. Because when Cesar Chavez was out there boycotting the grapes, someone told him que no se puede, that it cannot be done. And Cesar said, yes, it can be done. Target Si Se Puede, that's why we're using it today, because we should not be limited to what another person say or another group say. Everything is doable. Everything can be done if we put our efforts and hearts into it. So that's why we say Si Se Puede.